Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Pete and welcome to PetieMumbles. As some of you requested another roster reveal video, I am in desperate need for haircuts and some weight loss, so work in progress, but let's do it. So today is 19th of April and we just got our roster, so our final roster for the month of May, and I thought, perfect time to actually do it. So, I'm making my coffee. Once it's done, we'll get into it. So, my coffee is done in this beautiful mug. The real doggy is somewhere here. If you can tell, my background, it's a new place. We moved to a new place, new apartment, and something else might be brewing in the future. So I might tell you about that or ask questions. I'm happy to answer. As well, this roster reveal was requested, so guys, if you have any questions or suggestions, just write. It will make me do the video more frequently and more often. So, as I mentioned before, today is 19th of April. I'm currently on my days off and I will start my duty, my 20 days duty, as it should on the paper. I will start on the 28th of April on Monday. But now, let's skip to May and start with the May roster. I'll be looking down as this is my iPad with the actual roster in there. So, yeah. Ready for it? May, here we come. So, 1st of May is actually Thursday, and as I mentioned, I will be starting on the 28th, so that's 28, 29, 30. It's going to be my 4th day of my rotation, meaning of my actually 20 days on. And I'll be flying from Düsseldorf to Munich, and then Munich to Palma, and Palma to Düsseldorf. It should be 6 legs. 6 legs, so kind of like shortish flight. A lot of new colleagues in May coming to join us as a cabin crew and pursers. So on this flight, I will actually be having a soupy flight. So it meaning that some of the new crews will have their observation flight. So this is the first flight of May. Then Friday, Saturday, I'll actually be off. So I'll be off in Düsseldorf. Not sure what I'm gonna do. Probably the same old. So go to Rewe, do some walking, maybe some laundry, stay around the hotel, plan some hiking, walking trips and things like that. On the 4th of May, which is Sunday, I actually have standby, and I have the early morning standby, meaning from 4 a.m. to 4 p.m. So this standby is currently nothing planned. That might change, and usually it does. So yeah, we'll see about that. Usually on standby, if I don't get called off or activated straight in the morning, I usually go for breakfast in the hotel and wait for the call there. If by towards the, let's say after midday, if still nothing has happened, I try to go for a run or something like that. Still be within the vicinity of the hotel, but usually staying around, yeah. So, next day is 5th of May, which is actually Monday. We have early morning pickup at 5 a.m. So I'll have to wake up around 4. And we are flying from Düsseldorf to Kos. So Kos in Greece, a small island, and then going back. It's quite a longish flight, so I wouldn't be legal to fly any more of flights, so just 2 sectors this time. And then we are ready for a next flight, which is on Tuesday, May the 6th, and we are flying Düsseldorf, Dresden, Düsseldorf, and then Düsseldorf, Catania in Italy, and back to Düsseldorf. This is a long day. I'm looking here, 11 hours, 20 duty time, so long day again. Some observation flights for our new colleagues, which is awesome. We are getting big. That's great. And then going on to May 7th, which is Wednesday, and we are going Düsseldorf, Palma, Düsseldorf, and we should be done for that day. So that should be kind of like nice, easy, shortish flight. However, to be honest, my last flight was Palma, and it was a big disaster with boarding because we had a lot of kids, a lot of families, and they were separated. They, of course, wanted to sit together. So hopefully this one is going to be much easier. So this was May 7th. Now, May 8th, which is Thursday, we are waking up in Düsseldorf. However, we need to pick our stuff, or my stuff, my big luggage and everything, and take it with on a flight because we are starting with 8:20 pickup, 8:20 in the morning pickup. We are taking a taxi from Düsseldorf to Cologne, so another city in Germany, which is about 45 minutes drive from Düsseldorf. And then we are actually flying from Cologne to Kos, again in Greece, Cologne to Kos, and then back to Cologne. So except the taxi, it's gonna be hopefully okayish day. Looking here, 8 hours 45 duty time, so not short, but also not one of the super long ones. So I guess manageable. Then Friday, Saturday. So the Friday 9th and Saturday 10th, we are off. So we are off. We are in Cologne, as I mentioned before. Was there before in Cologne. I mean, somehow I would say I prefer a little bit Düsseldorf, but that's my preference. I mean, actually, city-wise, I prefer Cologne. However, the hotel and amenities around and stuff like that, I guess I would rather be in Düsseldorf. But my perspective, if you've been, let me know down in the comments below which one of the two you would prefer and you like. In both of the cities, we stay in the city, in the downtown, so there's stuff to do. We have all the amenities like shops, restaurants, and gyms and stuff like that around, so that's great. But yeah, personally, Düsseldorf does the trick for me. Let's put it this way. Sunday 11th, we are having a standby in Cologne from 3 a.m. till 3 p.m. So longest standby in Cologne usually means that if the crew control needs you and plays around, then they can send you also by taxi to Düsseldorf to operate from Düsseldorf. So you never know. However, in Cologne, I believe we have 2 aircrafts currently, so there's not that many flights, but Düsseldorf, so many flights, so many aircrafts, so in case they need, you can operate from Düsseldorf. Okay, now we are moving to Monday, 12th of May, another early morning pickup at 5:30 in the morning, and we are doing Cologne, Munich, Cologne, and then Cologne, Lisbon, Cologne. So this is the longest day, almost 12 hours duty time. Could be changed because of the standby before, or in general could be changed, but usually it stays. So this is that. Tuesday the 13th, so next day we have a little bit later pickup. Here we have pickup at 8:50 in the morning, so let's call it 9 o'clock. And we are going Cologne, Lisbon, Cologne. That's for the day, so easy peasy kind of day, just 2 legs, reasonably short duty. and Wednesday the 14th. Wednesday the 14th is actually the day we are going back to Prague. So home for me, and we are doing pickup at 5 a.m. We are going Cologne, Barcelona, Barcelona, Cologne, and then I'm proceeding back home. We call it also deadheading sometimes. Deadheading on Lufthansa. So we are flying from Cologne to Munich, Munich to Prague, and then I'm in Prague finishing. However, my rotation or my duty for the 20 days doesn't finish, because on the Thursday, the 15th, I actually have an office day. Office day is when you're assigned a duty or you have some responsibility to do. Then you have this office day, which is for 8 hours, I believe. And yeah, so I'm technically still on duty, but I'll be in Prague and I will be on my computer at home. So that's great. Now, if you remember before, I told you that I started my rotation on the 28th of April, and on the paper, our rotation should have 20 days. And you actually look what I just told you, it means that I started 28 and I'm finishing with the duty office day on the 15th. If you calculate it, my rotation or my duty is actually just 18 days. Sometimes it can happen. So we usually are happy that we are going home early, but this time I had rotation just for 18 days, which is following by, let me count it quickly, should be 10 according to our agreement or our roster pattern, but I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I actually have 11 days off. So instead of 10, I got 11, and instead of 20 days on duty, I got 18. So more time to rest, more time at home. And then we are starting with May 27th. So May 27th, I will still wake up in Prague in the morning. However, it's an early morning check-in. So my check-in is 5:20 in the morning. So I have 6:20 flight with Lufthansa via Munich to Cologne. So I'm going back to Cologne via Munich. However, I have no other flight on that day. So I'm just proceeding and staying in Cologne. Wednesday 28th of May, I'm actually on standby from 4 a.m. to 4 p.m. So that day, just standby. As I told you before, usually go for breakfast if I don't get called straight away. And then if I'm still safe around noon, and I then start moving around the hotel, going for a run or walk, still being within a reach in case somebody calls me to be back in the hotel within let's say half an hour or so. In an hour I can be ready to operate a flight. 29th, Thursday of May, we are doing 2 sectors, Cologne to Lisbon and back. And then Friday the 30th, we are doing the same. So Cologne to Lisbon and back. Both of them are, this flight is a little bit later. This flight is 8:40 in the morning pickup. So that's great. And then 31st of May, we are doing Cologne, Vienna, Vienna, Cologne, and Cologne, Barcelona and back. This is the longest day, 11 hours, 15 duty time. But again, still reasonably fresh from the off days, so to say. And yeah, you never know. I guess after winter, we are kind of well rested and we are ready to do some extra hours. Good for the money and the salary as well, of course. Okay, so that's the May roster. I hope you kind of enjoy it. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, we have a lot of new colleagues who are just finishing their training, and they're going to be joining us online flying. It's both groups, so it's also the flight attendants and also the pursers. They're going to be joining us. So currently our base, and meaning wings pattern here, It's growing. We are currently the biggest base in Eurowings Europe. So that's great. I think we are a great team, great family, and I think more or less we are all getting along very well. In summer, it was actually, scratch that. In winter, it was actually kind of great because we're all in Düsseldorf, all together in more or less one hotel. We saw each other, we could hang out, we saw our old friends from the training. It was great. Now in summer, we are actually spread out across Germany more or less because our aircrafts are being based in other smaller bases, not just Düsseldorf. So now if I'm in Düsseldorf, somebody else might be in Cologne or Stuttgart or stuff like that. So it could be a little bit different, but still great. I mean, I hope you like this. Let me know if you have any other questions, any other tips, what you want to see video about, and till later. Ciao.